I'd like to invite everyone to stand for the pledge of the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone to the April 3rd meeting. I'd like to ask everyone to say a little prayer. We lost one of our own here in Elkton. Beth Moran passed away yesterday. She was one of our key employees in our finance department. She was loved by all of us. Beth started working here in 1985. She was here for 39 years, and not only was she, I know friends all you, but I probably knew Beth since she was 14 or 15, so it's been a long time for me. So I'd like to ask everyone, let's take a moment of silence for a couple seconds here. Thank you. She will be missed. The minutes of March 20th. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes of March 20th?
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I'm not sure if Commissioner Gibbons was at a retreat today, and
I don't see.
he might pop up there. You never know. Financial report and payment of the bills. Do we have a motion to approve the financial report?
Also moved.
We got a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion on the financial report? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Lou, your report.
The only thing I want to mention is that authorize the 1.8 million and change for the Southfield project. Authorized the trustee to release funds for that yesterday. So theoretically, a lot of contractors are going to get paid a lot of money. Just want to mention that.
Fantastic. That was good news. I have a few things on my agenda. First, I'd like to appoint Mr. Brandon Boas to the Historic District Commission. Mr. Boas lives at 215 West Main Street. He's very active in the Cecil County Public Schools. He's works with his wife, of course, on some design work, but he's certainly a lifelong Cecil County resident. He's doing a lot of work with their property, which is on West Main Street. I think it's at the intersection of Moffett and West Main. I think he'd be a great addition to our Historic District Commission. Do we have some support? Do I have a motion to support Brandon?
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion on that at all? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. This past week we had, I guess it was the 20, I'm trying to think what date it was, but we had Governor Wes Moore in the town of Elkton, which was a wonderful thing. It's not that often that your governor comes into town. We had, I want to thank Matt Hubbard for being there for us also, but we were able to take the governor on a little bit of a tour to the future home of the Elkton Colored School, which will be a beautiful museum right there off of Boo Street. Then we were able to go and show off how nice our Elkton Community Center looks, and it went very well there. And it was very difficult to get the governor out of the community center once he started really being active with those kids. It was great to see how he performed and when I say reacted with those kids. I was very proud that we were able to have him here. He met the folks from the Judy Center and so forth. And then we spent probably the next 45 minutes at the Voices of Hope. And not that I wear a hat all that often anymore, but I take my hat off to the Voices of Hope folks. They did a fantastic job of telling us what they're doing for our community, and I'm actually glad I went over there because they have changed my look on a lot of different things also, and I think it's they can really be a help to our community, and I'm glad I went over there at that time. All righty. I wanted to mention that over the last couple weeks, and I know most of the folks in here are here for the our labor code and so forth, over the last couple weeks, I've received a lot of emails. I'm going to direct, we take every one of the emails very, very seriously, and I forward those emails onto our council so we can make a response back to each and every individual that sent me an email. So, good, bad, or indifferent, the more emails I get coming to me, the more I have to respond, and it might kind of, I'm going to answer them all, believe me. So I just wanted to, we also received today's letter from David Maurer. This will have to be reviewed and by our council, and once we have completed all this, we'll give truly an official response. Otherwise, as we mentioned before, I love it when it's in writing. I absolutely see what the concerns are based upon the emails that I've been receiving, and they are being addressed. And I want to make sure 100% that we're not in any violation, right? And we're reviewing them and we're taking them very seriously. But now I will also say, anyone that wants to speak today, it's a public meeting. We're not going to comment to you, but you can certainly talk. The door is open when we get to that point here today. And if you have any questions, continue send them to our HR department, and they will also forward them on as accordingly. I don't believe that I have anything else. John, I do have a little quick comment. We're still working on the Holly Hall property, and which is great news for the community. How close are we? Are we?
But we're in complete agreement with both sides.
Okay.
So the terms are not being negotiated. We simply, once we agreed what it was going to be, then it requires a meets and bounds survey and things like that so that we can finalize the sales contract. That's
Okay.
kind of where we are, and Gene and I talked about it today. I anticipate that maybe, if not this week, next week,
Perfect.
but it's all good.
That's exciting. It's going to be exciting for our community. All right. Gene, you have anything for the good of the town of Elkton?
Not today.
All right. Earl Piner? Rob Maspiano, I know you want to plug that fishing rodeo.
I do want to plug that
All
fishing
right.
rodeo. It's coming up soon, and a lot of the people that helped me a great deal are in this room. I really appreciate you for that. Public Works is fantastic when it comes to the fishing rodeo. We're a little behind in the prize count this year, but I really haven't started pushing yet. So if anybody wants to donate, just stop by the shop and see me. We raffle off prizes to the kids every year, so it's nice to have as many as we can get. We are going to add a casting course to the rodeo this year. It's going to be set up like a putt-putt course, but each hole will have a different challenge. It's going to be fun for kids and adults alike, so I'm really excited about that. That's not all I have.
All right, I did have one more thing, which was very important. I had it here right in front of me. The board has not received, and it was not sent to the board yet. I was waiting for some clarification on it. But we've been working on an MOU with the Elkton Alliance for probably, it seems like 100 years we've been working on this thing. And it came to light a little bit that by not having an MOU, it puts a little bit of the different funding mechanisms that they're going after grants in a little bit of a jeopardy. I'll get that over to everybody. One of the commitments that is in the MOU is a commitment to continually fund the Elkton Alliance with X amount of dollars per year. It's something that we've been doing now for 24, 26 years, but we also know this is going to be probably our toughest budget year that we've had up to date during my term. And so I'd like to get you guys to review it. We want to get some more advice from staff on that, but we'll have something that by the time they realize that it was never signed, right? And when you send it in, that we'll make sure that we have something for the Elkton Alliance. So I mean, the Elkton Alliance is very important to us, and it's been very important for many years, and it's just, we're all feeling the same clamp, per se, the same clamp. So I wanted to make you all aware of that. I should have sent it out to you on Monday, but I had a lot going on myself as an individual on Monday. All right, this is the time we open up the floor for anyone that wants to speak. If you do want to speak, please come up to the microphone. Please sign in. You got to sign in and tell us your address when you sign in, so you can come up, and everyone has a couple minutes, and if it's all kind of the same message, then I would recommend just coming up and signing and put same message if you want to. How's Tracy doing?
Fine here.
All right.
Good afternoon, Mayor Elkton and the Commissioners. I am here today to urge you to support our amendments of the current labor draft. I have worked for the town for nearly 16 years. I am the person that everyone calls when they have a residential complaint, trash complaints are an issue with water and sewer, and more. I will make sure that these issues get routed to the right person, to the right department in the town, and who can help them solve them. I get to have a unique perspective into what issues Elkton residents are experiencing and what resources the employees of DPW need to address them. But sadly, if you implement the current labor code draft, my perspective would be lost. The draft would unnecessarily divide the Elkton employees into two different bargaining units. One that is mostly DPW employees and the other would be mostly clerical. I'm a clerical employee who works at and in DPW. Putting me in either units means my unique insights and experiences are lost for others. Our town police already have a labor code that works, and our proposed amendments would bring the labor code draft more in line with what our police already have. By following their example, we could have the labor code that would benefit everyone in Elkton and that will allow us to avoid costly and repetitive negotiations process. By including our voices into how we can improve town services, we can figure out how to use our town resources wisely and effectively. We all want what is best for Elkton, the Elkton residents, and the Elkton employees. So please don't silence us. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on down and sign in and
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. My name is Jacob Meekins. I am a maintenance worker here in the town of Elkton working for the Department of Public Works. My first day of employment here was June 22nd, 2021, and I became a full-time employee on September 25th of the following year. I am not a town resident, but I was born here. I like Elkton, I like working for the town of Elkton, and I like having something to do. Most of the time I'm on the brush truck, but sometimes I do some other stuff like maintaining general appearance of the town of Elkton, and I take great pride in that, along with many other DPW employees, and we enjoy what we do. And I'm asking for our voices to be heard, and for our proposal for the charter amendment for the labor code, which in turn would be more democratic and more in line with what the police department already has. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Anyone else? Hello, Mickey.
Hello. Mayor. As you may already know, my name is Nikki Ziegler, and I work in the town hall in our building and zoning department. I'm the point of contact when people call or come in who are looking for resources about building permits, zoning, and building inspections. I'm here today to ask for your support of our amendments to the current labor code draft. I'm worried that if you were to accept the labor code draft as it is now, all of us who live in Elkton and who work here will have to pay a steep price because the current version silences your employees and adds costly, unnecessary, and duplicative procedures. A few days ago, we heard the reason why you're pursuing such a divisive and costly labor code is because you feared that this would immediately require you to one day provide us all with a pension. That's just not how this works. A labor code is supposed to simply provide the framework for how we can form our union and work together to improve our workplaces and town services. I want to emphasize to you all that the process to establish retirement benefits is entirely separate from the labor code or union certification. This code has nothing to do with that process. We're all the same team, the team that wants Elkton to be the best place and employer it can be. Please don't divide or exclude the voices of your employees. I hope you will reconsider your approach to this labor code and meet with us so we can collaborate and work through the amendments we proposed.
Thank you, Mickey. I do have one question. Who would you have heard the reason that...
Question?
Yeah.
I actually heard it from others here today.
Yeah, I guess,
I'm not going to give names, but I did hear it.
well, I guess what my comment is, we have not made any official
No, I know.
discussions at all. So I just did, that was my comment.
Yeah, that kind of caught me by surprise. I'm like, what?
We had-
I think they could see that it caught us all by surprise.
Yeah. Thank you.
Me too.
Edward, come on down.
Maybe. So good afternoon, Commissioners and Mr. Mayor.
Hi.
I'm Ed Slaughter. I've been in Elkton for 6 years and have been pretty active throughout the community in various capacities. But just for the record, I'm a retired Teamster and spent 25 years driving a truck and have a very nice retirement because of it. Much of what I've learned has been kind of word of mouth and from the WIG primarily. And I was aware that this process of wanting some recognition by the DPW people, I guess, and the clerical people And I've had a few casual conversations with some of the commissioners, I guess, in the mirror. I thought that this was something that was going to evolve, and everybody would sit down, and they would talk, and they would negotiate and come up with hopefully something that's amenable for everybody. And I will say, and I know the people up there believe this, the town is only as good as the town employees. Very simple. And I guess it behooves all of us that you are able to sit down and come to some satisfactory agreements. The only thing that I'm learning, I guess, with this proposed, not sure of it, but document, and I guess the way it's being presented to you is perhaps different than what the original conversations were. And I don't know our town administrator, but I understand that these proposals were drafted by that individual. And I don't know if...
They were drafted by council, not the town administrator. I'm the town administrator.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I didn't draft any, these were drafted by council, an attorney, not by the town administrator.
Okay, then I
I just want to set you
got,
straight there.
I got bad information, my apologies, no offense intended. But I guess the only question, and I won't get an answer, but it's fine, is why this proposed code is so much more stringent than that which applies to the, I guess, law enforcement contract. And I don't see why, evidently this proposed code has got some really stringent proposals in it that I think don't seem to be the most beneficial way to do it. I mean, it's been involved with many negotiations over my years, and if you sit and talk from a common goal on both sides, things go much smoother than throwing bricks at each other. I don't know how else to say that. So I would just say, please, take into consideration, and one person mentioned, and it's true, if you have to have two sets of negotiations, that's double the cost and double the time. And I don't see why, and I would think that between the two categories, there will probably be differences, and there should be. There are two different job classifications, et cetera. But other than that, I really think that if we do the code, and I'm not an attorney, I'm not that familiar, but if we do this new code similar to what law enforcement has, I think it would be better for your workers, and I think it would be better for the administration as well.
Thank you for your comments.
Mayor Alt, if I can be recognized, I'm not sure what the procedure is for someone who's
Yeah, go ahead.
virtual.
No, I wasn't, let me follow this. Is everyone from the audience done speaking? Because normally my plan is,
My topic is totally different, so
And-
if he's on topic, I can wait.
no, I'd like to have, this is the time to open up the floor for anyone to say anything, but we will do that. So if there's no one else to speak on behalf of this, then I'll go to the screen. Okay, I'm going to the screen. Mr. David Maurer.
Thank you, Mayor Alt. So yes, I spoke a couple months ago, I think, when the board was considering the charter amendment. But again, I'm an attorney for AFSCME, and me and my firm serve as labor counsel for AFSCME. We have a great deal of experience with municipal, county, state labor codes. I was grateful to hear that the board is considering both the letter that I've submitted as well as the emails from workers, as is set forth, I think, more at greater length in the letter, and what the people who've emailed you and spoken here today have said. There are some very important amendments that we think are necessary for this code. The last gentleman who spoke is a hard act to follow. He's very knowledgeable about these issues, but I think he is exactly correct. And I would just like to take the time to, renew my offer to meet with you to discuss the employees' particular concerns and particularly why these changes we think are necessary. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, David, and appreciate you coming on today.
Always happy to be here,
Okay, thank
or
you.
virtually.
Virtually. Anyone else on the virtual have anything to say for the good of the town? I do see Commissioner Gibbons on there, if you'd like to say hello to everybody.
Just a quick second. Yep.
Oh, we got him on mute.
I'm asking him to unmute himself.
All right. If he wanted to, I don't think he does want to say anything, but that's okay. He's probably in the meeting. So Sarah, what would you have to say for the good of the town today? Come on down.
No, thank you for having me. It's been a while since I've made a meeting.
And listen, I will give anyone else an opportunity to speak if they have anything else to say.
Well, I just did want to, break up the topic. So I am here on behalf of HLA and I'm sorry, I don't remember what Angela's title is. I know it's like 15 words long. But he's been, I think it's Protect, but.
Okay.
So, we are hoping, with your permission, to start a community garden in Hollingsworth Manor. The request is to use the property that MRDC sits on. We have permission from Tammy at MRDC with the permission, if we have the permission of the town to proceed. If you'd like to hear more about our plans or what they entail, I'm willing to share.
I will tell you that Angelo has spoke to me about a year ago about this project, and then he brought it up again to me a couple weeks ago, and I think it's a fantastic project. I just hope the community buys in and really wants to do the garden. Now the question is,
You have to be careful where it is, because we're on the precipice of a lease agreement with the Paris Foundation for 1.194 acres.
that,
Rates on the,
yeah, so that's what
it can't be there, it can't be on their property.
Correct.
So,
I think,
Obviously, we work very close with everybody in our neighborhood. So Paris Foundation, we're very aware of where their planned building is. Our request is in front of what is currently the triple wide modular unit where Sheila's Pantry is housed.
Yeah.
And we do understand that that structure is temporary and will be going away. So this is our first inception, or more correctly, our second attempt at the first inception. Last year did not go quite the way we hoped. But we took that lesson, we stepped back, we looked at some of the problems we face, and we've tackled some of those. We've got a donation of lumber to build 4 raised beds. We've got a possible donation of topsoil and dirt.
Wow.
So that we have, good soil on top of the base soil in the flower beds. And flower beds would be the wrong term. I should continue to use raised beds because we are planning on planting consumables, so vegetables that the neighbors could then use in their own dinners, provided they fruit the way we hope they do. So it would be 4 raised beds that would be in front of the white modular building, so it would be closer to the parking lot and accessible to the town or the community itself. We have a donation of a 250-gallon water tank so that we have water that we can access to water those beds. We've consulted the landscape contractor that cuts the grass there and got the spacing that he would like between the beds so that we're not obstructing any mowing for that property. And he has offered to weed eat around our beds.
Oh, you're ready to go.
We can try.
Make it as big as you can.
We're gonna make them what we think we can handle this year, and if it goes well, we will,
That's
you know, we probably have 2 or 3 years, and then we'll have to take these beds out when the modular units come out. Because that modular unit was proposed to be there for a year, and it's working on year 3.5, so we know it's not permanent.
Well, I would say that, Sarah, I think you'll have the blessing of the board here, but we want you to work with Lou and
Mike
Chip.
Brandon is the executive director of Prepare, so you have to coordinate with him. And there's a site plan that's being developed also.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like it's interfering with that side of
Opposite
it.
side of the parking lot.
But I would say that, do you have any drawings at all, or sketches, or you just,
It was on a napkin last night.
all right, there we go.
Finding, I think.
Sounds like an engineer.
Well, you won't need any engineer drawings for this. Well, listen, can I say that the town has a blessing? You guys all good with it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
You've got the blessing to do
Sounds
it.
great.
I would, if there's any life safety issues going on as far as the bed size or any of that, I want to make sure that Chip or Gene or someone takes a look at it. But I think it's a wonderful program. I wish you luck with it, and I think it'd be wonderful if it really becomes truly successful.
Okay, and so with your blessing, we would like to announce that we are having a garden party.
Oh, the garden,
We will be planting the beds on May 5th,
May 5th.
between 1 and 3.
Is that
So
after Mother's Day or before?
It is the weekend before. It is the same weekend as the Flower Festival in Northeast, but it's on Sunday.
You know, they say, the old wives' tale says you shouldn't plan anything until after Mother's Day.
Make that.
I get that, but unfortunately, it's wedding season.
Well, all right,
Time, Sheila?
we'll take a
I'm
chance.
Sarah, and it's
Sarah,
from 1 to 3.
what time,
1 to 3, and it is directly in front of Sheila's pantry, so that's the white modular unit.
1 to 3 on May 5th.
Yep.
All right.
And not only will we be planting the beds, but we will have we'll have like small greenhouses for kids to plant their own flowers to take with them. And once they've sprouted, they can come back and plant the marigolds in the bed as protection for our vegetables. Trying to get that community buy-in back and forth.
Well, I got my calendar, it's in my calendar, but also I recommend get it to the Alliance, and we can get some folks out there
We
also.
needed approval for the gardens before we could like officially post the
Okay.
flyer. We have a flyer.
Well, good, we're excited for you.
Can I share one other thing before
Yes.
we run you back to my seat? I'm also on Holly Hall Elementary's PTO, and our annual bingo and crab feast raffle kickoff is on May 15th. So the bingo is May 15th, 5 to 8 at the school. Anyone is welcome to come and play bingo. It is our biggest fundraiser of the school year, so I would welcome everyone to come out and play bingo with our kids. We have some really great prizes. Can't tell you what they are because I don't remember, but I know we've got some big prizes.
I'm sorry, honey, May 15th.
May 15th at Holly Hall
Holly
Elementary
Hall.
School, 5 to 8.
Thank you.
Bingo.
I'm terrible at bingo, I never win, never.
Do you have fun playing? Well, that's what bingo's about. It's
Gene?
kind of like fishing, it's called fishing, not catching,
That's right, that's true. No, I
Right.
have fun, I have fun.
Jean brings her Beanie Babies out. She has them all around her when
You
she's
cannot make
playing.
fun of the superstitious bingo ladies, we
All
love
right,
those
all right,
ladies.
very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Have a good
Sarah.
day, everybody.
Nice
Thank
to see you.
Anyone else has anything to say, that you're certainly welcome to come up and bring your name up and state it. Seeing none, meeting's adjourned.